Oh my goodness, brothers and sisters, once again, it is Brother Dre and Curse Breakers 300. And right here on my right is the one and only Excalibur from South Carolina, the trooper that don't take no for an answer. And right here to my side, on my left, is Brother Rashid Lightford. The light is bright, all the way from Atlanta, and we are with the I Am a Beast Network, getting busy once again. Today's topic on the Black Shield, bringing you informative information to share and to make sure you subscribe. Here it goes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Black cop, white cop. Ooh. The discrimination that exists within the police departments. I know you've been waiting for this episode, so we're going to go ahead and give it to you full blaze, and we're not holding back. Once again, we don't speak for no organizations, no police organizations, but it's Brother Dre and Excalibur and Rashid, and we won't hold anybody accountable. How about that? So let's get busy once again, and I want everybody to just jump into this topic. White cop, black cop. What discriminations have you witnessed and seen in your agencies?
Let Rashid start with that.
Let me start with that, man. It's so much. I think I could probably take up the whole segment. Yeah, with all this. I policed in Indiana and in Georgia, and Indiana's rough. You know what I'm saying? Georgia now, we represent Georgia, but in Indiana, man, it is terrible.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It is terrible.
Wow.
And you would have 20 vacancies. You have 1,000 people apply, and not one black person would get the job.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't that blatant.
Wow.
Man, it's bad, brother. When I say it's bad here, and if if any people from Indiana watching, you can thumbs up on the low if I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's mad out here. So, I was here. Wow. I owned a security company, and me and my ex-wife, we had beauty shops, we had a nightclub, we had a few things going on, and I can recall one incident. I had a convertible vet, 2000 convertible vet. This was in 2002, right? 2000. And pulled up next to a truck, and I looked over, and it was my lieutenant. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, LT?" He looked down, looked back, looked forward. Give me that
down.
look.
That's a problem already. Look down.
Yeah, you got that, And within about a 2-week period, my branch manager, I went to the bank to do some banking. Branch manager was like, "Yo, can I talk to you for a second?" "Yeah, we got warrants they want to see your accounts." I said, "Who wants to see my accounts?" "Well, the sheriff's office is looking at your accounts. They trying to, I'm
like, making too much money for what you do for a living, right?"
Wow.
Well, because as a black man, you can't not be doing something. You got to be selling dope. He's not just a cop. He's selling dope.
Yeah,
he's selling girls.
So you was profiled.
Oh, profiled from the inside.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because you're not smart enough to be successful without some vice. Right.
Okay.
So I had houses, cars, businesses, all legit, but they like, nah, not this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Ain't no way this nigga got all of that without some crime being attached to it.
Okay.
And I can honestly say, and I have so many. I'm gonna let you guys speak. 'Cause I got so many. I can go on forever.
Right.
I can go on forever.
Right.
I've been called a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? What if you lived in an area that's middle to low class? You're gonna have gang members around. You're gonna play with them. That's your friends.
This is why you was a police officer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the worst thing. He's this, he's that.
Keep that iron hot, brother X.
Yeah, go ahead, X.
Y'all gonna. I guess I'm gonna be the boring cat on this subject, man, because
4-foot pursuits and all.
I'm gonna be the boring cat on this subject, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 though, man. To be honest with you, y'all gonna think I'm full of BS.
All right.
Now I started at detention center, right? Majority blacks I work with. The police department, probably 80% black.
Right.
I can count on my hands how many white people I work with at the police department.
Right.
Highway patrol obviously is a larger number of blacks and whites. Our colonel is black. So Y'all gonna think I'm full of shit.
Come on.
I swear to God, y'all gonna
We
think I'm
got,
full of
we
shit.
got.
I don't have no stories now. I could tell you some stories on the road dealing with the public. I feel like some white officers get a bad rep from the public.
Okay, so
They
let me
doing
just
their
say that
job.
you've been on 13 years. You said law
14,
enforcement?
14.
14 years. In your 14 years,
If
there's
it
not
happens,
been
let me
any
put it like this.
discrimination.
Let me put it like this. If it happens, they ain't did it to me.
Okay.
If it happened, it ain't did it to me. And
What's
like I
the
told
majority
you,
of your units in your department?
majority of my unit right now, 2 blacks and 3 whites.
And
we all get along.
Everything is on.
We all
point.
get along. That's what I'm saying. If it's happening, it's not in my face.
Right.
I can only talk about what's going on in front of
Right.
me.
Right.
And that's
I
good.
can only
And-
talk about what's going on in front of me.
And that's good. And that's
Yeah.
the power of the Black Shield is that
Yeah.
we're honest and upfront with integrity, that we're not just going to sit here and fabricate information, because everybody's experience is different.
Right.
And that's beautiful to hear that you have upright standing individuals in the journey that you've had. And I pray it continues that way as you continue to move up the ladder.
Me too,
That's
because
a
I don't want to
beautiful
knock a
thing.
motherfucker in the head, man, to being racist.
Right.
I hope it does too, man, for their sake.
Right. Right.
That's the energy you exude. So that's probably why you ain't dealt with
Because
it.
back in Cincinnati when I was working, I'm gonna tell you there was plenty of discrimination, white cop, black cop, and people that don't know. When I started in '96, I was terminated from the job in '98, and reason is I was targeted as one of the black officers who was giving away say sexual favors to instead of writing tickets to individuals. And because of that situation and because of me implementing change, all right, when I say change, I was the first ones who started to wear the beard, and that implemented a whole process that, hey, here it is. He think he gonna come in and change what we've had for years, and he wants to wear a beard. So Lieutenant Taylor, shout out, Sergeant McCrae, shout out. They started the beard exemption, like shaving waiver in the military. Pseudo folliculitis barbae. Say it 3 times fast. But the shaving waiver was included.
Right.
They presented it to the Chief Snowden at the time, and everything went through. I immediately jumped on it. Immediately, I mean, fresh out the academy, within a year, I'm wearing it.
Right.
But I became a target. So here you got this, 200 plus pound black man with a beard, and everybody else is going, what's going on? So it ended up to where they targeted. I was terminated. And as time went on, proved without a shadow of a doubt, it was all fabricated from internal affairs to target me, and I received my job back, and I sued the city. So there's situations that you need to understand that people say, why you still here, is to fight that type of nonsense as we move forward. And the irony of the whole thing in 2025, now everybody can wear a beard. White boys, black boys, Asian boys,
I wish we
everybody.
could. Right. I miss mine. I wish we could,
Mr.
man.
Clean.
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Clean.
He's smooth.
All right.
Hey guys, wait a minute. I want Dre to talk about one more thing. Remember when we was bodybuilding and we went to that Wendy's? Remember, and that you had your police helmet, hat in the back. Remember that cop pulled you up and harassed you?
Trying to remember, Dre.
We was leaving the rest. We was leaving after I just bought you them burgers.
Right.
You had that yellow car and you had your police hat, that white hat in the back, and you kept telling that cop that you was a police officer, even though he saw it. I don't know how you de-escalated it, but I thought that was kind of tripped out that he knew you was a cop, but he still harassed you.
Right. Man, I'm telling you, I can't remember.
So much.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it as harassment, but Dre didn't.
Now, I would have saw it as harassment, most definitely. I don't know. Sometimes you see stuff so much and you just shake it off, like, man, get out my face with that with that foolishness.
Yeah.
Because it's unnecessary, but it does happen.
Yeah. Well, listen, I got stories for days, brother. Story for days. The old department I was with, the sheriff's office I was with, had a black sheriff, and I started in the jail there.
Okay.
And we would have what they call joint roll call. So we would do a roll call with the road deputies, and we would come as the jail deputies.
Right.
And when you come in, it was the funniest thing because all the white officers were on the road, was sitting in the back, and all the black officers worked the jail were sitting in the front. So I got to thinking like, damn.
Wow.
And I saw that for the first time. So, you know me, I'm a clown. So I go sit back with them. Hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
They look at me like, you don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Literally give you that stinky look.
Yeah.
And only a few of them might even speak to you.
Yeah.
But I'm as the troublemaker I am, I didn't give it that. I'll make you speak to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny. So I started saying, I say, hey, man, we go to joint roll call again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to mix that up. We're not going to let them do us like that, right?
Yeah.
So then I start realizing, oh, wait a minute. How many black officers on the road?
Right.
Wasn't many.
Wasn't many.
Even though we had a black sheriff
What
and
agency
a
was
black
this?
chief deputy. Rockdale County Sheriff's Office.
Call them out, bro.
You know, shout out to Sheriff Eric Levitt. I love you. Great guy. He just, you know, it's just issues that he just whether he didn't know about them or just didn't care about them. I don't know.
Right.
You know, I found out while he was running for sheriff, he had to endure a lot of internal stuff and stuff I probably couldn't take, and he took it with grace. But he gave me a chance and to get out there on the road when a lot of people wouldn't, and I respect that for him. He wanted to change, but I just think so much was going on without even his knowledge.
Right.
But it was a big disparity, man. It was just mostly white folks on the road and black dudes in the jail. It just was what it was. You know, previous sheriff was a white dude, and my dad actually worked as a deputy under him.
Right.
And that dude, you know what I mean, Jeff Wigington, that dude didn't give a damn about none of that. Your black ass was in the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, and that was it. And Rockdale County now is predominantly black,
Right.
you know, and predominantly Democrat. And he's making a lot of waves. You know what I mean? The chief deputy is black. The major is black.
So
but it was
things have
still
changed.
things that they're changing.
Yeah.
But it was still some of the old regime was still in there pulling strings and doing shit. I can even say when I took over the task force, I was over SIU Special Investigations Unit, and as a corporal, I wanted to implement a uniform change.
Right.
Now, when the white boys was in charge of that unit prior to me, they had the black uniforms. They was tacked out. And, you know, police, we gadget junkies. You know, we like to clean newest shit,
Right.
newest
Yeah,
uniform.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was petitioning, like, look, me, let's you know, do that. Shit, like, nah, we wearing the gray Class B, boy. But we out expected to be out and running in the woods, kicking in doors, doing this grimy shit that task force officers usually do. I'm like, we need a more durable uniform. Like,
Right.
We need something different first to set yourself aside, apart from them. You know, any specialized units in any of your agencies, you usually know them because they wear something different.
Right.
Whether it be
Yeah.
a unit patch, different hats, different color uniform, different type of uniform, right? So that's all we wanted. We wanted to say, hey, the white boys was able to do it. We
Right.
get
Nah,
it.
we can't.
Now we can't do it.
Yeah.
Now y'all in Class B. But it's always a brother. It's one brother in particular, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not going to even put him out like that because I don't want to have to put my hands on none of them. But
Go with the flow.
Yeah, but he just was one of them that was just, you know, fuck it. Yeah, Captain Strozier, he was over CID, and I came in with a uniform change, and
Right.
he denied me. So the lieutenant was a white boy, called me, he said, hey, Lieutenant, what's his name? Anyway, I'll figure out in a second. But he called me and said, hey, meet me at the pumps. He said, hey, man, has that guy got a problem with you?
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I mean, I don't know why. Man, he was going up the stairs, he wasn't give you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do presentation
Hold
all
on,
you
the white
want.
dude came and told you about what the black
Yeah,
dude said.
yeah. So let's say it ain't always white against black, you know, because our people do the
That's-
worst
that's a
sometimes.
fact.
I
too.
was going to
That's-
ask you
that's
that.
a
So
fact.
can black people discriminate against you just
Absolutely.
as much as the white officers do?
Absolutely.
And have you ever experienced, you gave us a short story, but have you ever experienced in your career black cops discriminating against black cops?
Yeah, yeah.
I won't even take it a cop level. I'm gonna just take it a personal level outside of law enforcement.
Okay.
When I was in college, my white professors helped me out more than my black. Whenever I needed help, I could always call them out. I call them.
Why is
They
that?
would answer my phone. Hey, Ernest, this is what you need to do. X, Y, and Z.
Why is that?
I don't know, bro. I went to HBCU at that.
Damn.
And my black professor, I guess they was trying to make me, now looking at it hindsight, I guess they was trying to make me just work harder and focus. But, bro, like, you wouldn't even pick up my phone. You wouldn't pick up a
Right.
phone call.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You would talk to me when I'm in class after I done got figured out, which
Right.
now looking back, he was trying to make me figure it out. That's what I'm thinking now.
Right.
But
I hope so anyway.
hope
right?
so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But in school, man, my white professors always helped me out.
See, let me tell you something, man. and to the listening audience, listening to the Black Shield, there's a book out by Willie Lynch himself, and called the Willie Lynch, the making of a slave.
Right.
And it's actually only about 28 pages, and he does not hold back any punches in the 28 from front to beginning. He is literally coming out straight off the gate how to control your nigga. And he consistently has topics how to control the woman nigga. And shows how the breaking process takes place, shows how to pin this dark-skinned brother against the brown-skinned brother. He shows techniques how to literally break that process. And what I have noticed in my journey of even the Cincinnati police, man, we have an organization, and yes, I said it, the Sentinel organization that was developed to assist with civil rights and to help black officers with promotions, was the same organization that went against a black female captain and sided with Chief Thigi to get her fired as a only black captain, and she got more headaches, man, from her own than she did from white people. And that's one thing I wanted to say too, is you and being in administration, and you even being on the street though, do you get more havoc from black people that goes off on you, questions you, denies you, wants to always knock you off, compared to white people in the process? Because this is a serious situation.
Yeah, I had a trespasser, and I'm talking to the brother, and we talking civil. And he was like, man, you Uncle Tom ass nigga, fuck you, I want to talk to him. And he want to talk to the white cop. And I was like, all right. And my boy Jeff, shout out to Jeff tuned his ass up. You know what I'm saying? I said, what did you get? You know what I'm saying? You got what you wanted. You talked to the right one. He wasn't playing the radio with you. You know, when I was giving you grace, you thought he was going to do something different. He did do something different, right? So yeah, it happens quite honestly every single day. Yeah,
when I pull white people, it's always thank you for your service. I can write them a $440 ticket.
Man, stop it.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate everything you do for us.
Yeah.
Black people, man, fuck you, motherfucker. Got me this damn ticket. I can't afford this shit. Well, motherfucker.
Why is that though?
Why your damn foot so damn heavy? Why you ran into the back of the car?
That's deep though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is deep because why do you think? So you think it's because the white man is accepting his responsibility? And I'm sure you had white DUIs, the whole nine, but there's something psychological. There's a book I call The Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And it seems as if that we just have a tendency to be jealous of each other off the rip.
Yes.
Just because of where you are in the process of your authority.
I had a guy call me a fake ass Ronnie Coleman because I wrote him a ticket.
Damn. You do like Ronnie Coleman.
He do look like Ronnie, though. I mean, we can't trip. We do look like Ronnie. He said it. I was thinking it when he said it. You know, I was trying to hold back just a little bit, but I was looking at it and said he reminded me of my partner in Cincy, but he do look like Ronnie, man. He just walk a little better. You understand what I'm saying? He just walk a little better than Ronnie right now. So I'm just saying, man.
Bro, I'm like, well, I gotta be all that, bro. You the one that violated a traffic violation. I'm just doing my job, my man.
Right.
But I will say this. I remember I'm gonna get back to the white officers on the
He
minute.
should show a picture of Ronnie right now.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure you do that, Dre. Make sure you do that, Dre.
Shout out to Ronnie Coleman for law enforcement for back in the day, man. Appreciate
I know
you, bro.
media.
Mr. Olympia, go on, do your thing.
Shout out to Ronnie, man. Legend.
Yeah.
I know the media give a lot of white officers a lot of crap, man. And hey, justify so. Some of them do some stupid shit that we see I can't even explain.
Right.
But the officers that I work with, they catch a lot of hell from the black community just when they legitly doing their job. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example. One trooper, he works for Seattle PD now. He left years ago, but I'll never forget. He made his traffic stop on his young black lady. She was giving as hell. Her license ended up being suspended.
Right.
So what I tell you before, these were taken to jail, right? He gave her a break.
Right.
He was like, look, I don't want to take you to jail. You got your kids in the car.
Right.
Your son was sitting in the passenger seat. Does he have a valid driver's license? And she's like, yeah, but he ain't giving to you.
Oh.
I'm like, he's like, why? So then he called me. He said, hey man, look, I know what this is.
Right.
She called me racist. She think I'm pulling over because she black, but she was going, I think he said like 80 and a 55 or something like that. I pulled her for speeding. He showed me the DMV report. Name, everything, suspended.
Right.
So she didn't believe it. So I walk up to her, I say, hey man, what's going on? She was like, yeah, this officer, he's racist. He pulled me over because I'm black. That's how fast you been going. That doesn't matter. Yes, it does, because that's why he stopped you, because you were speeding.
Right.
I said, well, anyway, what's going on with your license? He's saying it's suspended. I said, all right, cool. I said, Trooper, hand me the paperwork. He handed it to me. I said, man, let me ask you this. What's your name? She told me. I said, what's your address? She told me. I turned. I said, that's you? She like, yeah. That's your address? That's your date of birth? What that say under there? Suspended. Bingo. I say, now, he's giving you a break. He trying to save you from going to jail.
Right.
And arresting you in front of your kids.
Right.
How about we give your son? How about your son give him a license? Let's run to make sure he good. He can drive home, and let's get your ticket and you come to court.
Okay.
Right.
What'd she say?
Okay. You right.
Yeah.
You right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And-
But a simple fact, she did that because she thought the cop was being racist, pulling
Right.
over while driving black.
Right.
You know, and I saw his body cam. She was speeding.
Right.
She hauled ass.
Right. And listen, right? There is harassment in his job. There is, stereotyping in his
Right,
job. We
right.
understand that. But us as a community, let's talk about that for a second, right?
Right.
Us as a community, we got to quit bullshitting and making excuses for the bullshit we do,
Right.
and then try to throw a person off by if I scream loud enough or scream louder to him, he'll just forget about his job and go about his business.
Right.
Forget
Right.
this brick in my back seat,
Right.
or that my shit's suspended, or that I got a warrant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And many times you get them, and those are keys we look for anyway. When
Right.
you're real aggressive, that's gonna make us look into you more, because we know there's some reason you're being aggressive.
Right.
Exactly.
And most times, more times than not, we find something that will cause you to go to jail or get a citation or get your vehicle towed or something like that.
Right.
Right. They got to stop.
If we want to look deep enough. Yeah.
Stop off the rip going off, because they go 100, and then we're gonna match your energy. You know what I'm saying? We're not robots. That's one thing. Don't get it twisted where you think we're supposed to take your shit. I don't eat shit for a living. You know what I'm saying? I eat food. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat shit. So when you throwing shit at me, you get shit throwing back at you. You're not gonna be able, like that sheriff in Florida said, hey, you throw a brick at us or a Molotov cocktail or aim a pistol,
said, I eat
we're gonna
food.
notify your kinfolk.
We know,
right?
we know
I
you
eat
told
food.
you
I
like
don't
the,
eat no
you
shit.
like the
Yeah,
wings.
yeah,
You said you
yeah,
like the
yeah,
wings.
I don't eat no
we
shit.
We got some hot cakes
And I'm
waiting
not gonna
for
take
you.
no shit,
There
right?
you go.
So
There
we
you
are
go.
human, and so I'm gonna be professional.
Yes, sir.
But understand, at the end of the day, number one that we taught every law enforcement officers taught out the academy was the number one thing that you're gonna do: go home.
Go home.
Word.
That's it. We going home. So when you talking that stupid shit, guess what's gonna happen to you? I'm going home.
Right.
Your ass might be eating bologna sandwiches that you can see
Right.
through.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
right.
And
Right.
that's why
Right.
we
Right.
got to make sure, man, that law enforcement officers also understand to treat everybody
With
equal,
respect,
man,
Got
with
to.
respect.
Got
Because
to.
I had this brother, man, and I tend to talk about respect, because respect is of the highest order. And this brother was tattooed from his head down to his toes, man. And he was in the car with his family, 2 kids in the back. And I pull him over, red light, and I always tell people exactly why I'm pull you over anyway. I had time to play games.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, yeah, officer, that's what I did. I was in a hurry. And I said, okay. I said, well, just let me see your driver's license, insurance. He gave me everything, went back to the car, ran him. Man, his box scores was terrible. I mean, this brother, man, I couldn't even believe that he actually still had L's.
Wow.
He been
L's are license,
cited,
ladies and gentlemen,
He
if you don't
been
know. Yeah.
cited
Yeah.
over 25 times, man. I mean, and constantly was in certain accidents, and I just speeding tickets. I said, man, this brother still driving and got insurance. And so I sat back, man, and something said, man, get this brother a break. And most officers sometimes go, well, if you trash, I'm gonna just hook you up because you obviously aren't a good driver.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So I
right,
went
right.
back, man, and as soon as I came up, I said, sir, I said, I'm just gonna give you a warning. He paused and looked up at me, and his wife went like this. And I said, man, I appreciate the fact that you gave me respect. And I said, man, you have a great day with your family. And he said, man, thank you. You the first cop that's ever let me go. So that let me know that it wasn't just white cop, because he didn't say, man, I'm glad you're a brother.
Right,
It was
right.
black cops as well that
Right.
was hooking him up.
Right.
And sometimes,
Teacher,
man,
I got a question.
we have to have grace, man, on those certain circumstances, not to be what I call discriminate against somebody look like you. Go ahead,
Teacher,
brother.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
There's two things I just realized.
Come
First
on.
of all, if this mofo record look like that, why he still driving? I mean,
That's what I said.
why he violating traffic violations?
It happens.
And then the wife, if she knew his record was like that, why she let that mofo drive?
It's state trooper talking.
Hey,
That
is state trooper.
It can change
Yes.
name from
That
Excalibur
is-
to
that's
I just, you
Excalibur.
gotta help me make it make sense.
No
Now, come
brakes.
on, man. We
I
still
mean-
gotta take responsibility for
but
ourselves,
does
man.
he have L's?
Yeah,
It was still
yeah.
valid. Now, even though, like
That's
you
the state
said,
of, that's Cincinnati. The city of
Hey,
Cincinnati
it's still
issue.
valid.
Yeah,
he's
It's
still
state of
valid.
Ohio
You know what I'm
issue.
saying?
yeah.
I mean, all I can
Ohio,
do is
state
go
of
by
Ohio.
what was seen. The brother was still valid, and it wasn't for me to say take judgment on why she's still with the brother.
Now I ain't
She
saying
got
nothing about
his
him
back.
being with her. I just want to know why she let him drive. Hey,
Hey, listen.
Hey, what she goes say? You know
Nigga,
what?
your shit's fucked in my mouth.
Your mouth. You can't drive today. You know, we gonna run into Can I tell y'all, in South Carolina,
Hey, dude, if
y'all
you-
might as well just go the other way.
Hey,
'cause
bad
Brother
boy,
X
bad
is gonna
boy.
hook
Or
you
what you
up.
gonna do?
Hey,
And Nick,
he gonna hook-
If you love your people in South Carolina, tell them stay off the road with brother X
Yeah,
Excalibur's
buddy.
on the road. If he's working, stay
yeah,
home.
That silver bullet, baby.
But hey, I can relate to that, brother, because as a young adult, man, I didn't have no money, and I was driving my ex-girlfriend's, well, she's girlfriend at the time. I was driving her mother's
Yeah,
car.
X, but go
It's
ahead.
the X,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You met your
yeah,
woman in
yeah.
here, bro.
Yeah,
X,
yeah.
bro.
No, it's good. So I'm rolling. I get hit by a drunk driver. The back of her car gets bashed in.
Right.
And they didn't do nothing to the dude. They let us go. Blah blah blah. But I was driving the car. That's the car we had to go back and forth to wherever.
Right.
And every time I drove that car, because down here the back end's bashed in,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
license plate's fucked up, so it's cockeyed, right? Cockeyed
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
slant.
yeah.
So every time I get pulled over, I mean, and that's driving while either black or driving while raggedy. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, that's common
But-
sense, though. Obviously, can see your back end is tore up from an accident. Anybody can see that.
But see, so I get pulled over every time, and I get
Wow.
broke off. Oh, unlawful display of license plate. I'm like, service on the back. Yeah, but it's crooked. I'm like,
That's
come
dry-
on,
that's
man, you
driving while
bullshit.
black.
You know what I'm saying? Your tail light's broke. I said, man, I got red tape over this, bro. I can't afford to get it fixed. I got every ticket, 150, 250, every ticket. I was like, damn. So fast forward to being a cop. Yeah, no, I don't do it like that. You know, I make stops, especially on a task force. That's our job to make contacts, citizen contacts. So I typically give information. I'm just like, okay, your tail light is out, just letting you know.
Right.
Your headlight is out, just letting you know. You know, your shit come back no insurance is getting told, but your shit come back suspended or revoked. Yeah, I'm more likely maybe give you a ticket, maybe not,
Right,
depending on
right.
how long it's been.
Right.
But I try to help you out because I know you can't afford these damn tickets.
Right.
If your shit ain't fixed after you've been in an accident for some period of time,
Right.
you can't afford to get it fixed.
Right.
And then sometimes if you got insurance and they don't have insurance and you don't have that uninsured motorist addition to your shit,
Right.
you ain't getting it fixed.
Right.
It's just coming out your pocket.
You right. Let me ask you something. This is the deep. As time is ticking down, this is the deep question for me. With discrimination, if you catch an officer and you know for a fact that you was on a radio run and they discriminated against somebody, you seen it, you see the pattern, and this officer does get, say, written up and he's reported, should that officer be allowed to come back to the job?
No, hell no.
That's not, you don't.
So you
ain't like
saying
the code,
so you saying one and done?
one and done. Yeah, it ain't like you caught a cold and you got healed. Your ass racist. You
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
You racist to the bone. And if you ain't, listen, let's get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of us are prejudiced. We do
Somewhat,
prejudge.
yeah, somewhat
we
we
do
are prejudiced.
prejudge,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
yeah.
But you got some people that are inherently racist. And if you're not able to keep that to yourself on the job instead of separate that, and that shit seeps out, yeah, your ass got to go.
Yeah.
But how would they know if they've done it for so long and no one told them that it was
Well, it's up to somebody. They know they racist. You know what I'm saying? They know that they see, I hate this.
Even black cops,
Or even
man,
black
they
cops. I
prejudiced.
see even black cops.
Yeah,
man.
but I know a black guy. He's no longer in law enforcement anymore. But he used to say, "Hey, bro, I know what cars to look for to get drugs."
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with the big rims, the one
Right.
colorful, you
Okay.
know, want to make a lot of
Yeah.
noise. I know
Right.
he got drugs. I said, bro, that's being president. He said, it might be. But all I got to do is find probable cause.
Yeah, that's
it's on.
unfortunate.
And that's the racial profiling.
Yeah.
Immediately just,
It's a black cop
profiling
saying that.
Yeah.
and racially profiling that process as you move forward. Because I know in Cincinnati they had a big thing back in 2001 where racial profiling was huge, and they actually launched a whole lawsuit which had implemented something called the collaborative agreement, where police officers and the relationship between law enforcement and the people of Cincinnati, they would take a itinerary. They would start to follow how many times certain cars would be pulled over,
Right,
and
right.
which is a great system to track,
Right.
because if you do have officers that are only pulling over this type of vehicle,
Yeah.
and this type of person, just because they drive by and say, "Oh, smack, big
Right.
rims, loud
Right.
car system," I know it's gonna be some drugs or guns in the back. Then it did slow down and stop a bunch of that foolishness in the process.
Let me say this before we wrap. I consciously think of that when I pull someone over.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example. Let's say if I pull over 3 cars, and the first 3 cars I pull over, they all black people. And let's say I wrote them a warning.
Right.
The next couple cars I pull over that's white, I make sure I add a warning on it, because I don't want to make it look like I'm giving these black people warnings but writing these white people tickets.
Right.
Same way, opposite. If I write a bunch of white people warnings, I make sure I kind of do the same thing with the black people, make sure kind of even it out and raise. Because I'm thinking maybe my superior looking at how many black people he's writing up, how many white people
And
he's
they,
writing
and
up.
they can't come up because I've been realizing
Exactly.
that those people do pull open records requests
Right.
and find out what you've
Right.
done.
Right.
And they get to that point. They'll say, well, he's done this, and you've done this and done this, and they'll put it against
Right,
you.
and I
They've done this.
consciously,
Yeah,
I
that's true.
consciously,
That's
even though I feel like
unfortunate.
I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not. But I consciously think about stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
So I don't want
unfortunate,
nobody
yeah.
seeing like, hey man, you writing more white people tickets than black people. What's up with that?
Right. Yeah. It
You know what I'm
happens.
saying?
But being on the state police and you're on the interstate, how many, when you see loads, when you see people get with big dope, is it the cars with the big rims and the stereos that they catch?
Nah, bro, it be
Not
the
at all.
raggedy cars, man.
See.
Right.
It
See?
be the rag.
It be-
Dude,
Right.
Trip, let me tell you a trip, right? We got y'all have interdiction?
Yeah.
So I was out there backing up an interdiction guy. So it's 2 years ago on I-95. He had an old couple.
Right.
Old couple driving a minivan. And I'm like, back in my head, I'm like, man, what are you buying these old people for? They bought the dog out. They pulled the bags out under the tire. Dope.
Under the tire.
Under the tire.
Yeah.
The spare tire is dope.
Right.
Yep. So I've been a task force officer most of my life.
Right.
And I tell folks when they get to talking that dumb shit about, oh, they got the load. I'm like, nah, they
Yeah.
ain't got the load.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can smell the marijuana, that ain't got the load.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's some stanky danky,
Yeah.
they ain't got the load.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I tell them all the time to quit looking at that. You think you know police and you think you know
Right.
how to interdict. You don't.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it'd be the old folks with the minivan.
Right.
It'd be the couple, you know, in
Right.
a Toyota Seneca. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it is. That's where you get the dope from.
Right.
So they
Right.
all that bullshit, they get on TV. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's at the TV cops. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you change, man, as we move forward? How do you change implicit bias? How do you change it? Do you have a training for implicit bias? Because now
they do actually have
now
that
since
course, yeah.
DEI is thrown away in the garbage can, a lot of that training has left to some police departments as well.
Well, they
So-
still teach that, but think
Okay.
about it. Us old dogs have been in this, and we saw the progression of how it was. Because back in the day, it was sometimes the big wheels,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was the
yeah,
thug was
yeah.
tatted up and sagging and
Right.
dreads. That was the thug. You know, oh, that's the thug. He got the guns. He got
Right.
but now that's the college student.
Exactly.
That's the
Right. Yeah,
doctor.
right.
Okay.
That's the lawyer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Those ain't the same. So people that's tatted all over their head and their face
That
don't
ain't
mean
nothing. That's
nothing.
just-
these
yeah,
days.
that don't mean nothing.
That's just culture.
Yeah.
And that's the professor.
Right.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So you have to really change them, especially old folks. The younger folks understand that.
Yeah.
But us old dogs had to change our mental,
Right.
our thought process and
Right.
how you
Right.
view things, right?
Gotcha.
Right.
You know, so it'd be the Macaulay Culkins that'll take you about this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not the big. I've been saved by thugs.
Right.
You know, especially working in the jail.
Right.
I
Me too.
had killers.
Me too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
me
killers
too.
tell them, hey,
Me
you ain't
too.
gonna touch
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Because I kept it real with them folks, and they was like, look, man, we
Yeah.
gonna get light. We gonna get it. We gonna do this. He's like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing to
Right.
him because he's
Right.
the one. He's the one and the only ones
Right.
that do for us in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You treat people the same.
Yeah,
man.
you're not gonna do
You treat
nothing to
people
him.
the same.
And I
Right.
respected that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's the same in any aspect, right?
So it's a deep, deep journey. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's another episode of the Black Shield on I Am a Beast Network. I'm here with the light brother Rashid Lightford and the X-Man himself from
Yeah.
South Carolina, the one, the truth that will pull you over
Straight out of
and
South
be
Carolina.
ready. And I'm Brother Dre with Curse Breakers 300. As we always end, we're not here to take sides. We're here to
save
lives.
Yeah.
Peace.